AI is taking over, literally. And it's having two main effects on the content creation world. The first one is a lot of crappy content being generated, content that sounds like it was written by robots because it was. But the other effect is a lot more positive. It's that there is more content being created that is at a higher level of quality than ever before, because smart people are partnering with AI and harnessing its power to be able to create bigger, better content than they ever could have created on their own. And that's exactly what I want to talk to you about in today's video. So there are three main ways that you can partner with AI to make better content faster than you ever could on your own. And I've also got a fourth tip for how to use AI to automate a lot of your content creation while still keeping the quality. So make sure you stick around till the end of the video for that one. Okay, so for strategy number one, I want you to imagine that you are sitting down to create a piece of content. Maybe it's a blog post, a podcast, a social media post, whatever it is, and you're not feeling it today. You have a little bit of writer's block, you're in a creative slump, so you sit there staring at the screen for minutes, maybe even a couple of hours. Maybe you get distracted, you go do something else because the ideas are not coming to you. Or maybe you feel the pressure, you gotta get this content out, so you just pick an idea even though you know it's not your best option. Well, AI can save you from the situation and make sure that you never are out of content ideas because it is incredible at generating ideas. The easiest version of this is just to go to ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude or whatever you like to use and ask it, give me 10 ideas for YouTube videos about, and then whatever your topic is. And it will instantly give those to you. Now, I have to say that a lot of the time when I do this, I actually don't end up using one of the ideas that the AI generated for me. But what it does is it gets the wheels turning and it allows you to think of your own ideas. It gives you some inspiration. Before AI, I would often spend hours just trying to brainstorm ideas for content. Even though I have lists of lots of video ideas, a lot of them felt stale. I needed something new, some new inspiration. Well, now AI gives me that inspiration and I'm able to pick a video idea in just a few minutes. Now for strategy number two, let's talk about the fact that coming up with ideas for content is the first battle, but then the second battle is getting it in front of people. Because you can put all this time and effort into creating one piece of content and make it the very best you can, but it still is only available on one platform out of all the different platforms that are out there where people might be looking for your content. So one of my favorite ways to use AI to create more, better content faster is to harness its ability to help me repurpose content. Now, there's good ways to do this and not so good ways to do this. The not so good way is kind of the lazy way. It's just going in there and throwing it a piece of content, maybe your outline for your video, and say, write a blog post using this outline. It'll get the job done, but the end result will sound kind of robot-y, and it's not going to have your unique ideas and your unique perspective on the topic. So what I like to do is actually go in and create a piece of content myself. That's me talking to the camera, sharing my own thoughts, or it's me actually writing a blog post, whatever it is, the one piece of content I want to create. And then what you can do is you can take that complete piece of content and hand it to ChatGPT or Claude or whatever you like to use and ask it to create something else from that. So for example, after I record a video, I often pull the transcript from the video, hand it to ChatGPT, and ask it to write it as a blog post. And I did an entire video a few months ago about how I built a custom GPT or a custom AI assistant and programmed it with very detailed instructions so that the blog post that the AI generates when I hand it a transcript actually sounds like it was written by me. It's pretty cool. So if you haven't already watched that video, check it out up there. But you can use this same strategy not just for turning your videos into blog posts, but also for crafting a promo email telling your email subscribers about your latest video or about your latest blog post, or turning one blog post into a whole slew of social media posts on that topic. So once you create one piece of what I call origin content, it makes the AI so much more powerful for creating more high quality content that, again, sounds like you. Now, if you are a small business owner or you're in the process of setting up a small business, then listen out because you're gonna wanna hear about the sponsor of today's video. It's a software called Melio that you can use to pay contractors and vendors, pretty much anybody you work with in your small business. I've been using it for about 2 years myself, and I absolutely love it. It makes it so easy to pay everyone on my
my team, all the contractors who I work with. And it was also really easy to set up. It took just a couple of minutes. The thing I love the most about Melio though is the flexibility that it gives me as a business owner and how much time it saves me. Because here's the thing about Melio. It lets me as the business owner pay however I want to pay, whether that's with a no-fee ACH transfer or with my credit card to help out with cash flow or to get credit card points. But then the vendor that I'm paying, whether that's a contractor or a supplier, whoever that is, they can choose to get the payment however they prefer. So they might want an ACH transfer or they might want a check in the mail. But it means that I can pay them with a credit card even if they don't actually accept credit card payments themselves. Or if both of us want to avoid those fees, then we can just opt for that super easy ACH transfer that direct deposits in their bank account. Another great thing about Melio is just how secure it is, even if you're paying international vendors or freelancers. Now, you can get started with Melio and give it a try for yourself with their Melio Go plan. Now, this is a plan that has no monthly fee, so you just pay any relevant transaction fees. And they even give you 5 free ACH transfers every month on that free plan. And this isn't just like a free trial or something like that. This is a plan you can keep on using on into the future. Now, if at some point you get to the point where you're ready to streamline things even further in your business, then you can upgrade to their Melio Core plan that allows you to do some cool things like sync your QuickBooks with Melio, a two-way sync, and it also gives you 20 free ACH transfers every month instead of just the 5 that you get with a free plan. And by the way, if you do more than the 5 free ACH transfers on the free plan or the 20 free ACH transfers on the core plan, don't worry, because the additional ACH transfers only cost you 50 cents each. With Melio's paid plans, you also get a whole bunch of other time-saving features like approval workflows, batch payments where you can pay a whole bunch of vendors at one time, and the ability to sync Melio with your accounting software. For me, choosing Melio and sticking with it has been a no-brainer because it just makes it so much easier to pay all the people I work with. And you can give it a try for yourself at melio.com. You can get started with their free Melio Go plan, and I think you will quickly see why I love it so much.
Okay, now strategy number 3 might be one of the simplest, but I still find it to be incredibly powerful. And it is using AI to refine and improve your content. So there are 2 main ways that I like to use this, but I actually find that the way it saves me the most time is that it gets me out of my own head. Now, I don't feel like I have to make a perfect first draft, but instead I can just put my ideas down on paper and then I can let AI clean it all up and make it sound so much better, be so much more clear, and add more facts and figures and details to it. So the 2 main ways I like to do this are, first of all, after I write something, pop it into ChatGPT and ask it to rewrite for clarity. So it keeps all of my same ideas, all the same substance of what I wrote, but it just cleans it up and makes it a lot easier for people to understand, which is good. Also, sometimes I'll ask it to make it more succinct or shorter. The other thing that I like to do is asking it to add to what I wrote. So sometimes, for example, I write something and it's good, but it's kind of lacking some substance. It needs some more examples. It needs maybe some facts and figures. So I can ask ChatGPT to give me some examples to include in this piece or to provide some statistics or some studies that I can reference. Now, of course, when asking ChatGPT or any AI for sources, for studies, for facts and figures, you always want to make sure that you do check the sources and double check that the AI is not making stuff up, because sometimes it does do that. But even with that little extra step, I still find that this is so much faster than me going to Google and trying to find those facts and figures and studies myself, because a lot of the time it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. If you've ever tried to do research on the internet, you know, if you want a specific study that is talking about something that you are talking about in a piece of content you're creating, but ChatGPT or any of these AI tools can save you so much time here and make your content just that much more substantial and impactful. Okay, so those are my top 3 tips, and I gotta say they're the ones that I use the most, but this last bonus tip is super powerful. It just has a little bit more of a learning curve. So it is using AI to automate and systematize your content creation workflows. So there are several different ways you can do this. The first one is the most simple. It is just to ask ChatGPT or some other AI tool to generate templates for content that you commonly create. So for example, let's say your video descriptions for your your YouTube videos? Well, especially if you can hand it examples of several YouTube video descriptions you've written in the past, then you can ask it to create a template for future YouTube video descriptions. And then for future videos, you can just give that custom GPT either your video outline or your video transcript or even just your video title, and it will be able to custom write a great YouTube description following your preferred format for that specific new video. And of course, this is not just limited to YouTube videos. You could do this for your podcast descriptions, for certain types of social media posts, for promo emails, all sorts of different things, anything that you create in a normal, like standard format whenever you create it. Now, where you can really take this up a notch, but also where it gets a lot more complicated, is by using automation tools in partnership with the AI tools. So for example, you can use something as simple as Zapier, but preferably something like Make or N8N, and you can build out these workflows where whenever you take a certain action. So for example, you publish a video on YouTube. Well, then it triggers a whole automation where an AI pulls an automated transcript for that video. It plugs it into your custom GPT that automatically turns it into a blog post that sounds like you, and then another custom GPT can proofread it and improve it, and then the automation can even publish it on your blog. And you can even build things in like having it create a meta description and keywords and things like that, and having those things get configured when the blog post gets published. And that is just one little tiny example of how you can use AI and automation to completely transform your content creation workflow. Now, I'll be totally frank with you, I'm not quite there yet. I am still at the point where I am kind of manually working with the AI, but even so at that level, it is saving me countless hours every month. I'm able to create my content so much faster and create better content in the process. So I think that these tips are really going to help you as well. All right, well, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like. And also, if you're not subscribed, then now would be a great time to do that. Just click that subscribe button down below and also ring the bell so that you get notified when I post my next video. I make videos here on this channel every single month all about making money online. Lately, I've been talking a lot about how to use AI to do so even more effectively, and I don't want you to miss that next one. And then if you're looking for something to watch right now, then check out this video right here where I show you just how easy it is to build your own custom GPT that can repurpose your content and make new content that actually sounds like you wrote it.